Hello again, Andy with Handy Andy Handyman. Handy Andy on Demand, our small repair company where you can actually make a reservation for the guys to come out for 2 hours to tackle whatever little stuff you want to do. And then Handy Andy for the bigger projects like this one, Handy Andy Handyman. And so we're out today in West Cobb and we're looking at a chimney. And like a lot of you, this homeowner was ensconced in his house in this COVID season and kept hearing rapping on the side of his house. So he eventually came out and found that the woodpeckers had decided to make this a home. And so he's really kept up on the painting on this siding. This siding's been hand painted. It wasn't caulked well. You see those little black dots in the siding? That's where the nails have moved. But when you look at the edge of the siding, it's all pretty straight. This is an LP product that was called SmartTech siding, and it was put out in the 80s, and now they've got a similar product out again. But this is like a masonite product. This is cardboard siding. And you can see the condition of the chimney. All of this needs to be replaced. And then here, we talk about this all the time, is someone's come in here and made this repair, and you see that horizontal cut right here. It just traps the water, and so it rotted here and it rotted up, and it's rotted in a whole bunch of places. Up here, that next spot right there, there's a joint right there, another horizontal cut. So you always want to, when you're piecing in trim, you want a weather cut on a 45. And the key to it, you can use whitewood, which is what this is, instead of pressure treated, which takes time to cure. You just have to back prime and seal all the edges. When we come back on this job to do this for Keith and his wife, when we pull this corner board off, you'll see that they only painted what you see, which are the two faces, the left and the right. But on any piece of wood, there's actually 6 sides: the bottom, the top, and the 4 sides of the rectangular square. If you back prime and seal all that stuff, it'll never rot. And because we do it that way, we can offer a really, it's a 3-year warranty, fully transferable on trim, but it's lifetime of ownership for our customers that live in the house. If we did something wrong and it rots, we'll come fix it. The Hardy Plank siding we only use James Hardy Plank, and I'll show you why in a minute. A lot of companies will use Nichihana siding, and we see this stuff all the time. And so this homeowner hired a handyman to fix some siding on his lovely screen porch back here, which is also that SmartTech siding. And when you come around it, contractors and builders will use Nichihana because it's a cheap product. They'll save $2 a board and put it on your house. And then when you come up on like this, if you look closely on the edge of his side right here, see where it's chipping and delaminating? In another year, that'll literally fall apart. So we'll replace this section of siding right here with Hardy Plank, this little piece right here in the corner. And I hate to do it to them. We were initially at 3 rows on the back here because it's chipping, and you can see it in here. And I'll pick a piece where I have to go back to the chimney side, or probably right over here. To the right side of the door, we got 3 rows right here. You can see how rotted it is here. At the deck, when we replace this siding, we'll install a pressure treated flashing plate that'll keep the water from getting into that gap right there between where the siding, that last bottom edge of the siding hits the deck. There's some flashing in there. If you get down on the ground, you can see where it's galvanized flashing and it's rotted through. So you want to keep that water from getting into the framing. When we add those pressure treated plates, it diverts the water out of that gap and pushes it out to the next crack in that first piece of decking. When you get down into these areas here, I'm trying to find the piece. So like here, he's going to have to replace this piece of siding. You see where it's crumbling all through here? It literally just falls apart. See? It just crumbles up like dirt. I don't want to go too hard on it because he'll make me buy it. You know, so I don't want to do that. And so, you know, we do a lot of spot repairs, and it's funny because I get customers like this. We just had another customer this morning say, well, Andy, I've got to replace all of my siding. We looked at it, same situation. Yeah, he's got to redo the chimney. He needs a spot repair. As long as you make the spot repair with Hardy Plank, grain Hardy Plank, or something that matches your siding, you have to do the whole row. So like here, he's got 3 or 4 rows above this garage door that are rotted out, and they need to be replaced. But the contractors come out and tell them you got to replace the whole thing. And so when you look at your siding, it'd be hard to see it with the sun going this way. Probably I probably have to turn around. But when you look at the bottom edge of the siding, and it is pretty uniform. Don't worry about a wave in the siding. That's your framing. That's not the siding. All this stuff is pretty good. his bottom rows are rotted in here and falling apart, and you can see where the painters missed it right there. And then here, we think he's got a drip cap up here above this brick. I can't see it. And the water's getting in back here because he's got this molding right here above the garage. See where that crack is? You can sort of see the wrinkling. When you see wrinkling in the wood like that, you just know it's rotted through. And then you see how much water is getting into this frame of the garage right here. See how bowed out it is from the water? And he's got the same thing where it's rotted here on the left side. So we can fix all that stuff for him. We're a one call does all kind of group. He's got a little bit of siding back here to the right over by this faucet area in here that you can kind of see it probably down here. If I see, you can see it crumbling up in my fingers. See it? I don't want to go too, there it goes. It's literally just cardboard. So be patient with us. It's me and my brother and a crew of 30. We run all over the metro Atlanta area. We do a little bit of everything and have for 27 years. I'm Andy with Handy Andy. We're at 770-912-2829. Sometimes you can catch me at 770-265-9017. See you at the next house. Bye for now.